you a general, messy sketch of the ways that 300 feels like Nazi shit to me. 1. The film describes a crisis of civic structure and leadership. Throughout the movie, the Spartan Senate, faced with the threat of Persian invasion, is indecisive, greedy, and bought off by Persian interests.
Persians will not stop until the only shelter we will find is rubble and chaos.
This chamber needs no history lesson, my queen.
Traditional, vaguely democratic civic structures are here unable and unwilling to stand for what is right and for what the people want.
My good king, the oracle has spoken.
The ephors have spoken. There must be no march.
It is the law, my lord.
And the solution to this problem is not some rise of real democracy in uplifting of the everyman. No, it's a strongman military politician who acts unilaterally. Leonidas illegally goes to war, risks the life of every person of Sparta in the name of its defense.
I will erase even the memory of Sparta from the histories.
And in doing so, he embodies the will of the people. But, and this is important, no such will is actually ascertained. He and his military cohort represent the state because in a very real sense, they are the state, the part of it that matters anyway. 2. The film is not merely about the formation of a military culture, however. It is about the values that this culture comes to represent, the things that our 300 men are fighting against. To put it plainly, Leonidas represents a conservative, nationalist order that rejects impurity, degeneracy, and the other. 300 hates anything that could be conceived of as sexually deviant or gay. Xerxes and his flamboyant, pierced body, the homosexual and depraved acts he allows under his regime. The Athenian boy lovers.
The Athenians have already turned you down. And if those philosophers and boy lovers...
300 hates inbreeding and genetic weakness. The Spartan ephors are not just greedy, but also deformed, inbred freaks.
Kings climb down is harder. Pompous inbred swine. Worthless, diseased, rotten, corrupt.
Ephialtes, the hunchback, is a betrayer, too weak for the Spartans, but ultimately accepted by Xerxes and the Persians.
Unlike the cruel Leonidas, who demanded that you stand, I require only that you kneel.
And these two things, sexual degeneracy and genetic impurity, are then connected with the thing that this movie loves more than anything else in this world, sexual assault. Sexual assault is the price that Theron, a Spartan senator corrupted by Persian interests, asks of Leonidas' wife, Gorgo. It is, by implication, what Ephialtes is promised for his betrayal of Sparta. It is what the ephors do to an 18-year-old girl.
The ephors choose only the most beautiful Spartan girls.
Throughout the film, we come to understand one clear idea, that if the Spartan state, as embodied by its strong men, does not succeed in its mission against invaders and against its own decay and greed and spiritual weakness, they will be ruined. They will not just be slaves to the Persians, but also forced to accept a degenerate, corrupting social project. Their powerful genes will literally be fucked away. 3. But perhaps most important to 300's fascism, it is a film about the mythic origin of the West. In the end, the man recounting the story, Delios, tells us that this is in some sense the point at which civilization begins, the point when mysticism and tyranny and the Oriental horde is destroyed by an emerging, unified Western spirit. And we, the audience of the movie, now possess that spirit. We are the ones tasked with keeping it alive.
We rescue a world from mysticism and tyranny, and usher in a future brighter than anything we can imagine.
Depop has no